Good morning all of you. It's Raj Shikshan Sanstha's RBNV College and myself, Limkar Shubhangi Subhash. So in last lecture, we have already started writing skill. Now in today's lectures also, I'm coming with a writing skill. Into that, today we are going to see speech writing. So at firstly, we have to come to know that we should come to know what's the meaning of speech at firstly. So at high school level, maybe sometimes you have took part at your high school level, at nursery level, this elocution competition or this speech competition. So all of you are quite familiar with this term speech. So delivering speech and writing speech is similar to each other, but there are quite differences between these two, writing and delivering speech. So at firstly, we are going to see what's the meaning of speech. Speech refers to a formal address, or it refers to discourse delivered to an audience. When the particular subject is given to you or given to a person, on that particular topic, the person has to deliver, has to speak the speech of him or her. So while delivering, we have time limitation, as well as we come to know, we should realize what type of audience before us. So these two things should be everyone, the person who speak. So in examination also, it's a task to us that we have to write speech. So what's in examination, what happened? Nothing is given, whatever you have given in your writing skill. So all these topics do not given by the paper setters or the book setters without purposely or purposelessly. So here all the writing tasks have purpose. All the writing tasks have purpose. For example, last time we have studied about letter writing. Into that we have studied about formal letter writing as well as informal letter writing. So in our day-to-day life, we should need how to write the letter to someone, as well as when you will go to interview, at that time also it's necessary in what way you will do application for an interview. So these all things, whatever included in your syllabus, maybe in prose, maybe in poetry, or maybe in here also writing skill. So all these topics have purpose. So nothing is purposelessly said by the paper setters or book setter. So now we are going towards here this writing skill. So before writing a speech, make sure that you are writing to inform people. So you have to take into consideration what type of an audience you have available at that time, at the time of writing also, as well as at time of elocution competition, or we can say delivering speech also. So at that time you think about the age group of that an audience, as well as the main purpose behind it. There are so many purpose behind it when you deliver speech or writing a speech. At that time what happen? You will go to inform the people who will before you. You want to inform those people, as well as you have to persuade them. At the end of your speech, you should convince all those people, especially to audience. So whatever the topic you will given at that time, so you have that skill, you should convince or persuade the people, as well as we can say convince them or persuade them, the same meaning it has, or to entertain them also. The second purpose behind to deliver speech, or here that we write a speech, behind it that to entertain them or entertain people. So clarity of purpose will ensure clarity in the choice of style and vocabulary. So while delivering speech also, all of you know that the judge, whatever who were before you, the judge you, and when you will get the first, second or third rank, the expressions of your, the gestures of your, as well as the body language of yours, though the speech is not in that speech, the words or vocabulary not used by you so much high, but the expression, body language, as well as the intonation means what? The rising and falling tone of your sentence, all these take into consideration. So these all facts also necessary in while delivering speech. But at writing time, it will not check by anyone that how will you go to do your expressions, gestures or body language, because you are writing speech. So at the time of writing, it should be needed that your style, your writing style, as well as your vocabulary, whatever the words or phrases, good thoughts, proverbs, idioms, all those things, whatever you will go to use in your speech, all those are very carefully, cautiously used by the person who is go to write speech. Now, speech writing format, we come towards it. Speech writing format. So speech writing format having 3 steps. So into that first one, that is we say introduction. After introduction, okay, later on we see here, we are going to see here each and every point in detail. First one is introduction, second is body of your speech. Body of speech, and the third one is, that is conclusion part of your speech, that comes to last one. So we are going to see here in introduction what we have to write. So in 10th standard you have studied about it, in what way you went to write at that time the speech. So in introduction, what will you go to write? In introduction, you have to write that first one, that is remember that one, that speech must include an opening address in the beginning as well as a conclusion with a formal thanks. So when you conclude your speech while writing, you must give a formal thanks to an audience, to the guest who will invited by you indirectly. So you have to, in conclusion, write down the formal thanks to audience at the end of your speech. Now next one is, in introduction also, start with, in introduction you have to start your speech with a slogan. Okay, you can begin with, after greeting your audience, your chief guest, you should begin your introduction of speech while writing with slogan. Okay, or you can begin with slogan or quote or a catchy phrase. Quote or a catchy phrase. Sometimes good thoughts also. Good thoughts. Quotes, slogans, okay, any one of it. Then also proverbs or idioms. So all these etc. you can use while you write your speech. You have to use either one of these. Okay, not all. You can use at least one of these. You can write a slogan which is delivered by some famous personality from our India or from all over the world. You can give the quotation. For example, Mahatma Gandhi ji said, for an example, Mahatma Gandhi ji said, go towards village. So you can start with these quote, these slogan, these catchy phrases or good thoughts, proverbs, idioms, all those should be connected with your given topic. In what topic you will go to write about it, with that particular topic, all those things related to that. Without irrelevant, you do not have to write the speech. Okay, this is necessary when you want to get full mark, when you want to deliver a speech at that time. Before delivering speech also, student, we have to prepare speech in writing and then we will go to deliver it. So this is the step when you deliver the speech at that time also. So remember this one. The next is that in the beginning, so you have to use all those things or any one of these as your beginning of your speech, and then address to audience. Directly start by addressing the audience. So you can directly address to the audience. Okay. Later on we are going to see in what words we are going to address our audience. Now next step is development of the topic. So we can say here body of the speech. Second point is body of the speech. Or into that we have to write about on that particular topic. So remember that one. It's called as the development of the topic. Development of the topic. Whatever the topic given to you to write your speech, this topic should be developed in the next paragraph. So remember that one. It's called as the body of the speech. Into this section you have to write it down in about 5 to 6 lines. In about 5 to 6 lines in the second extract, as in the second extract. In the first extract, earlier I have told you that there are totally, while writing speech, you have to write it down in about 3 paragraphs. Each paragraph contains at least 4 to 5 sentences. So here in introduction you start with slogan, either a catchy phrase, either good thought or proverb or idioms. Now next here, and also address to your audience and guest, as well as you can introduce yourself also into this one, introduction. Okay, how it will be I am going to tell you now only. So body of the speech. Into that, in this second extract you have to write it down in about 4 to 5 sentences. Into that you have to develop your given topic. So on that particular topic you have to give an example, some facts, some figures. So remember this one, describing and explaining whatever the given topic you have given to you. These topics should be developed by you in this second point. So the topic to your audience, try to use some facts and figures. When you are go to write some facts and some figures in your writing, at that time you should use the word approx. You should use the word approx for facts and figures. So all of you know that facts and figures always changed year by year, sometimes day by day. So you can use these approx word and then write about the facts, about the figures, whatever you know about our country, about your locality, about your about all over the world. So remember this one. So approx word should be given by you. Now next is here I want to give you an introduction, some tips as well as body of the speech, some tips. Before it we are going towards the conclusion. What do you mean by here conclusion? At the end of your speech writing, you should conclude or sum up your point. Okay, so while summing up your points, you can give here thought-provoking question. For example, if the condition, like for an example, if the condition if the condition is the same in our country, so would you like to be same this condition in our country? So it's like a thought-provoking question you should give at the last of your conclusion part, so that the audience will overthink whatever the topic you have talked about. So they prepare their experiences, their thoughts on whatever the topics you have given or whatever the question you have given to them. So remember that thought-provoking question, thought-provoking question should be given by you. This is necessary. Now keep in the mind some points I want to tell you. The first one is that a speech should begin with a catchy introduction. I told you earlier that in the form of quotation, statistical data. In statistical data we can say here the views, fact views, percentage and figures, or thought-provoking questions. You can at the end of this conclusion ask a thought-provoking question to an audience, as well as a speech should reflect the speaker's clarity of thoughts. Whatever the thoughts in the speaker's mind, it should be clear by him or her to an audience, as well as a speech may also give reference to newspaper reports. Now here use linkers while you writing speech. Some linkers I want to give you, some here linkers. This is the grammatical topic. We have to use linkers. So which connect the earlier content to the next content. So it's called as the linkers. So what are the linkers we have to use while writing speech? So linkers are, first one is when we want to describe similarities. When we want to describe similarities, at that time we should have to use some linkers. So what are these? The first one, likewise, then correspondingly, equally, not only but also, in the same way, similarly. All these, any one of these you can use while writing your speech. Okay, so remember this one. When you go to write about the similarities between or among anything, at that time you should have used these linkers. As well as when you want to show your cause or effect, when you want to show cause, or we can say reason, cause or reason. So when we want to show cause or reason as well as effect and effect. So what are the linkers we have to write while writing speech? So while writing speech, you have to use linkers which shows cause or reason or effect. So these are, for example, these are consequently, as a result, thus, therefore, for this reason. So any one of these you can use while you will go to write your speech. The next is comparing and contrasting. When you go to compare any between two things, comparing and contrasting. When you to do contrast between or among things, at that time you have to use some linkers. Any one of these linkers you can use, because linkers have lots of importance or significance when you deliver or write a speech. At that time you should use some linkers. So what are the linkers you have to use? Alternatively, however, then conversely, then on the other hand, yet and instead. These are some linkers while we write our speech we should use while comparing or contrasting among or between the things. Now next here, the concluding, when you are at this point, conclusion. So you can write with this sentence your speech, that what are the sentences you can use to summarize? It can be concluded that ultimately, lastly, as described, and finally. So these are some linkers you can write while write your conclusion part. So remember this one, when you write your introduction, into that you have to write it down 4 to 5 sentences. Next paragraph, that's called as the body of the speech. Into that you have to write it down again 4 to 5 sentences, and in the conclusion part of your speech also you have to write 4 to 5 sentences. So all these points, so do not write points and write down your speech. So don't do like that, okay? So it's only for your formation of speech I am going to tell here. Now here, while writing introduction, while writing body of the speech as well as conclusion, you have to use all those linkers. Remember this one. So any one of these linkers which are deeply connected with your given topic, so you have to use these linkers with that connection of topic or sentence. So some sentences I want to tell you about speech writing. So what are the sentences while writing introduction you have to use? You can learn these sentences also and write it down while writing introduction. For example, in introduction you can begin with this sentence, good morning all of you, good morning over you, respected principal, then respected principal, teachers and friends, I am dash, write your name, and I am from this class, as well as, and I stand before you to share a few feelings of mine. So you can write like this, as well as you can start with this sentence also, dash, all of you are familiar, then all of you are familiar with old saying. So you can give here old saying. So whatever here I given that old saying, so you can give here the good thoughts also, quote of some personalities as well as slogan, proverbs. You can begin like that, and you can introduce yourself also into that introduction. Now next here you can use also the words or sentences like that, good morning everyone, I, the name of your, write it down here, I, then of class dash would like to deliver a short speech on, and write here the speech name or the topic name which is given to you, or you can write as I welcome you all on the occasion of dash, what will be the occasion, you have to write it about it. Then next to it that you can use in introduction these words or sentences like that. Good afternoon, respected chairperson and my dear friends. Today I would like to present my views before the august body. August body means what? Respected personalities. The august body regarding dash. Okay, whatever the topic you can given here after regarding word. Now next here, in the body of the speech you have to write it down, the sentences. You can take an example of it, that elaborate, you can here elaborate your main idea or given topic and supporting your points also. For example, if the topic is global warming given to you and you have to write about global warming, at that time you have to give about global warming, the definition as well as importance of global warming, then causes and consequences of global warming, as well as preventive measures. What are the prevention we have to take about global warming, as well as some solutions regarding this topic, that is global warming. For an example, you have to give all these points. Whatever earlier I have given to you, that's only an example. So you can give all those points into your body of speech, okay, into second paragraph. Now the third or last one paragraph, that is the conclusion or concluded. Into that you have to write it down, the words like, for example, it's the formal thank you have to give to your audience. Then summarize the main points, thank the audience. You can say here, thank you for the patience hearing and thank you for the wonderful opportunity whatever given to me on this occasion. So thank you. In this way you can end up or sum up your last point or the last paragraph here while writing speech, that is conclusion. Okay, thank you. May this help you to write it down in a better way to your speech.